Hi Leo, this is your reading for the week of November 24th, or when you hear it and it resonates. It won't be for every Leo. It might be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or a lot of Leo in your chart. So my dears, the interesting thing is that as I was shuffling, I pulled a card. I said, I don't think I was really focused. Let me do it again. Actually, I did it for two cards. I shuffled, reshuffled all the cards. They came out again. So your key card is creativity. Okay, that is your key card for today. And what this is saying for me is that this is not just about you creating something artistic or, macrameing something or sculpting. This is about you understanding that you are at a point now where you're creating your life really with a lot more consciousness, and that you are being asked, as you are creating this next phase of your life, to notice where you are creating it from an old mindset, from an old set of beliefs that you may not necessarily believe anymore, or from a view of yourself that you don't actually support. A view of yourself. So, for example, let's say you have done a lot of work and you've made huge shifts in your professional world because your sense of self-esteem and your confidence has grown. So you've worked in that area. But say, for example, in personal relationships, maybe you still see yourself as the one who always picks weak men or always gets left or whatever the negative might be associated with that old identification. You might still be playing that out there because that part of the mindset about how you are hasn't shifted. So you're being asked to notice these things. And the image that they were showing me as I was sitting down and asking about the cards was they showed me you in a river panning for gold. And the thing is you're panning for gold, but you're doing it kind of messily. And when I say messily, it's like you're reaching in and you're pulling things out, but you don't have to. It's not the way you pan for gold. The way you pan for gold is this particular way, and it's much faster, but you're doing it this way. You're still looking in there for gold, but instead of letting all the old debris go and allowing yourself to see the gold that drops to the bottom, you are picking out the debris one thing at a time, the sand, the dirt, one thing at a time to uncover the gold. Well, that takes a long time for you to get the gold, and it's dirty, messy work. And the point is, you don't have to. There's a new way to do it. If you learn how to do it properly, it's a quick process. You know what you have to, the throwing out part happens automatically. The gold is left at the bottom, and there you have it. Now, what you're being told here is that what I'm being told here is part of what that's about is it has created a quality of isolation for you. And it feels to me for many of you, Leos, you have felt, if not physically isolated, emotionally isolated from other people. And the idea for me with that is the isolation often doesn't come from whether or not we have people around us, or even whether or not we can talk to people about things. It's that we're not really fully connected to our deeper selves. And so you're being asked to please remember that beyond your personality, there is a you. There is a higher conscious you that embraces and supports and holds and witnesses the personality you that is struggling with that panning of gold and that pan that can't seem to reveal it. There is another you. You're being asked, notice your choices. What are you doing that symbolically represents that style of panning for gold that is not helpful, that is long, arduous, tiring, and leaves you dirty with your hands all because you haven't just been able to toss it out? You're being asked to please remember the things about you that you like, because this is going back to the first thing that we were talking about, which was you have done a lot of work maybe in this particular area, but where is this foundational shift about your worth, your value, your ability to have more, your ability to have the gold and to have it easily, to be abundant, to feel connected to yourself. What kind of choices are contrary to this new energy and what support the old energy? And so in the process of noticing that, you're going to come upon things about yourself that maybe you don't like so much. So you're being asked in this process to please remember the things that you like. Make a list. This is an exercise that I've often given clients. Write a list of the things that you appreciate about yourself, that you know to be true, and which ones of those are linked to the old you, that are now outdated, that you don't actually really think are that great anymore. Maybe there are new ones in there. And again, when you're writing your list, make sure that you're feeling something about it, or you can smile at it at least. Like, maybe you like the shape of your eyebrows. That's okay. Put that down too. There's nothing too small, as long as it's something that you like about yourself or appreciate. And it might be something that, it might be an action that you've taken. It might be that, you're a dog rescuer and you really love the way that makes you feel and you feel really validated by it. You might be a fantastic cook. You could be many different things that might seem fairly mundane, but it's something that you hold valuable about you and how you live your life and how you see yourself in the world. And those are three things, how you live your life, how you see yourself, how you live your life, and how you see yourself in the world. It's like this is all part of you transitioning into a place where your power is really coming to light, but from a really self-loving place. Okay? And I see this as something that can really take you very, very, very far forward. But you're being asked, when I get the structured free flow card, that says to me, it might not come naturally to do this. So can you set yourself some kind of anchor points throughout the day where you do that, where you take a chance to remember there is a bigger part of you, that you have a higher conscious mind, that your soul is with you and bigger than any muck that your personality is kicking up. Can you remember to, if you haven't noticed your choices in the moment, can you go over them and look at what the choices were during your day and assess where they fall within that category, those categories? And can you, at least once a day, sit down and go over your list of what you like? You might want to link it to getting up in the morning, having your morning cup of tea, coffee, water, whatever, before you go to bed. You might want to do it at every meal. You might want to just set your watch or your clock so that it goes off and you go, oh, this is my time to spend 2 minutes doing this one thing. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that, my very lovely Leos, and take care.